You know, it doesn't matter what religion you at present follow, because we're coming into an era of time when the New World Order is going to impose on you, on me, a form of religion that you may not agree with, or you may not even agree in any religion. Irrespective of that, the New World Order is about power. It's about control of people. And it was prophesied in the Bible, and exactly as it was prophesied in the Bible, it is going to happen right in front of our nose. I hope that you will understand from the background of where it all comes from. Satan has successfully got control of the rabbinic, Chabad, Lubavitch Orthodox Jews who fiercely claim that their Talmud was a hidden oral law given to Moses. This is an absolute lie with no scriptural support whatsoever, but it's been handed down now for so long, for a couple of thousand years, no one has dared to challenge it. Now the real sinister reason for its introduction by Satan's forces has emerged. It will be used as the replacement laws together with the Noahide laws over the original laws of Yahweh. And as 85% of the Jews have been led into utter darkness by these corrupt leaders, it's not the lay Jewish people but the rabbinic leaders who are totally at fault. Although everybody should ask questions and reject the lies, reject the false teaching, all they have to do is to go back to the Torah and the Tanakh and read it themselves. It's the responsibility of each individual Jew to become reconciled with Yahweh, to keep his laws according to the Torah only. In the new laws, there will be no justice and mercy considered. The Talmudic arbitration with the Noahide laws will soon be the one-sided law manufactured by the Talmudic Chabad Lubavitch Jews, and will soon replace Yahweh's existing laws which were based on the Ten Commandments, a law which Yahweh made sure was tempered with justice and mercy. Under these new world government orders, no witness is needed. All that is needed is for the President of the United States or the UNC court leader, that's the United Noahide Law Council, to declare that one is an enemy, and that enemy will be put to death immediately. So there will be no justice or mercy considered. And before the introduction of this new world order with the new laws, there's already prepared thousands of detention camps all over the world. And they're being constructed to quell the impending civil unrest and anarchy when the global finance crash occurs. If you look at the powers of FEMA detention camps for hundreds of thousands of people, foreign troops will be employed by each country to uphold the new laws and quell the anarchy. Why? Because the New World Order power leaders, they know that their own countrymen will not fire a rifle on their own countrymen. Today, Jews call Yahweh by a non-meaningful name of Hashem, which just means the name. In other words, it means nothing. And when of course it's used, it's directed to thin air. Today, because of what you've just seen in Jeremiah and what Yahweh said to them, not one Orthodox Jew will utter the sacred name of Yahweh, and the text above bears out the reason why. Because of the teachings and the education from their sages listed below in the 6 periods that we mentioned before, Jews calling Yahweh by a non-meaningful name of Hashem. Concerning the Jews, as Yahweh says herein, do not pray to me about these people, I will not hear. It's a terrible thing that there could have been a lot of beautiful people, and the Jewish people, 6 million killed in World War II, and none of them knowing how to pray direct to and call their God by his holy name Yahweh. I'll leave some more notes there on the screen for you for Jeremiah 44, which is telling you a lot more of their continued worship of what we would call Easter celebration today. The hot cross buns. Now, you will see in item 38 that the fake Jews became an object of cursing and horror, of condemnation and reproach. I'll read this little part to you. Therefore, this is what Yahweh Almighty, the God of Israel, says. I am determined to bring disaster on you and to destroy all Judah. I will take away the remnant of Judah who were determined to go to Egypt to settle there. They will all perish in Egypt. They will fall by the sword or die from famine. From the least to the greatest they will die by sword or famine. They will become an object of cursing and horror, of condemnation and reproach. I will punish those who live in Egypt with the sword, famine and plague, as I have punished Jerusalem. None of the remnant of Judah who have gone to live in Egypt will escape or survive to return to the land of Judah, to which they long to return and live. None will return except the fugitives. Said there, the Jewish men, they knew their wives were burning incense to other gods, and they were not going to take any correction. Look at Jeremiah 16. We will not listen to the message you have spoken to us in the name of Yahweh. That's what they said to Jeremiah. We will certainly do everything we said we would. We'll continue to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven, and we will continue to pour out drink offerings to her, just as we and our fathers, our kings, and our officials did in the towns of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem. In other words, there you have proof positive that all of the kings, all of the officials, all of the leaders, for the whole of their stay in Jerusalem and in the tribe of Judah, what they were doing. At that time we had plenty of food and we were all well off and we suffered no harm. But ever since we stopped burning incense to the Queen of Heaven and pouring out drink offerings to her, we have had nothing, and we have been perishing by the sword and the famine. Won't mix and hold together because iron won't mix with clay. Whether you agree or disagree, the Bible and religion is the main source of political unrest, wars and the New World Order. And for you to understand who the ghost powers and who the spiritual powers behind the scenes, it's necessary to show you the biblical references that we've shown you so you can line them up with current affairs. As you've seen on this film, there's two types of Jews. One, there's the Talmud observant Orthodox Jews, and at the top level, some of these Jews are involved in A, replacing our judicial law base from the Ten Commandments to the Talmudic Noahide laws. B, they're part of the political manipulation of money, control and financing wars with the Reserve Bank. C, they've restarted the Sanhedrin, and they now have started the United Noahide Council to be the judicial control system and advisor to the new laws to run the New World Order. This organisation is composed of Jews and Islam and Christianity. And two, the other kind of Jews is just the simple Bible Jews that reject the Talmud, who just conduct and live their lives in harmony with the Torah. And the Torah, of course, is Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers and Deuteronomy, and the Tanakh, the Old Testament. These Jews also include the Korate Jews. Do not blame on Category 2 Jews for any sinister plottings or money control. They don't know what's going on up the top, and they're not financing wars to kill you. They're not being members of any secret society such as the Masons.